Hey, comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do that all-important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision what comic books to buy. Today, fans, are talking about Armor Wars, issue number 4. That's right. We're getting towards the end of the whole Secret Wars event, and some people may say, you know what, these stories are a little bit too long. It should have maybe ended at issue 4. Don't drag it out another issue or two. And when it comes to the Armor Wars series, I can agree with them here. This series, for me, is actually on the decline for me. And I'll tell you why. This book is written by James Robinson, and the artwork is done by Marco Tequera. I've said this before when it comes to the Iron Man series, when it comes to Armor Wars. When it comes to Iron Man, he has this technological suit. Everything about him is highly advanced. And when it comes to an Iron Man book, you would like a lot of detail, a lot of characteristics, when it comes to all the suits and the armors, especially in a city called Technopolis. And in this book, you just don't get it. It's very blotchy artwork at times. It's the coloring, obviously, in the issue. That covers up maybe some of the artwork in here, and I just feel that it lacks the detail that it really does need to execute an awesome Iron Man book. This artwork may work in some other styles of books or every types of books, but for me, in my opinion, this artwork just doesn't work. Very blotchy. Just can't get the facial expressions really good in this issue on how the characters really feel to capture you in those important moments of the series. And, in this issue, you wind up seeing this intense conversation by James Rhodes and Tony Stark. And I couldn't get into it because, again, it lacks that deep character emotion in there. If you go like to Dave Marquez's artwork, you can see it, and Bagley's artwork, same thing. And when I read the 0 issue or the half issue of Armor Wars, it was brilliantly done. It was so well written. It put you into this environment that you loved, and visually it was stunning. And when you read this, I wasn't outstanded by it. I know, is that a word? But whatever. So what was this issue about? This time around, we get to see them, the Kingpin doing battle against James Rhodes, and he feels that he's obviously the bad guy in the whole situation, and that he killed Spider-Man, the Spider-Man that's spelled with a Y, and his name was Peter Ulrichs, and we find out that's really, not the case. The Kingpin's not behind the whole thing, And so what you find out in this particular issue that Iron Man and, what's his name, Arno, Iron Man's brother, or Tony's brother, are wind up teaming up, and they're basically the ones behind this whole virus or whatever it is, this technological thing that was going on that kills people if you don't wear the armor. And it kind of makes sense now that you think of it, because they're the ones that want to be in power. Obviously, Tony is the Baron here, but he obviously makes a lot of money by having all this armor technology. So you get to see this battle between Tony and James here, which was pretty cool, but it was like such a short-lived battle that Tony gives him one shot and James Rhodes is dead. Hey, I thought he was a Thor. He should be pretty much invincible. But because he's wearing the armor, Tony calls the shots here, and James winds up dying at the end of the issue. So by the time we get to the end of it, we find out that the discussion that James and Tony were having was recorded, and he sent out Carrie out, and she created her big old Iron Man mech. And it looks like this. It's just not one, but it's 2 of them. And it looks like that is what's going to save the day. So, yeah, I don't know. I just thought this issue just lacked for me. It was like, it was just like, oh, here comes Arno and Tony, and we're going to fight James Rhodes the Thor. Oh, look, I have a remote thing to stop his armor. He can't move. He's a Thor. I created his armor. Oh, I shoot him one time. He's dead. I was just like, God, that's so unclimaxed. It's just not, there was just like no climax in the issue, whatever. It's supposed to be suspenseful. It wasn't suspenseful for me. It was actually kind of boring. And I was just like, man, and then the artwork took me away from it too. And I had high hopes for this series as well. And this one's dropped off a lot for me too. Again, maybe if these stories were like 4 issues long and you didn't have to drag it out for 6 months, I think this could have been a very impactful story, but they've just, again, dragged it out too long for me. So after reading this one, I'm giving this one a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Very low on the list this week. So, guys, in the comments below, tell me what you thought of Armor Wars issue number 4. Were you as disappointed as I was with this issue? And guys, if you want to check out more of my reviews, you can go over to Comic Frontline this week as I reviewed House of M issue number 1, Spider-Man Renew Your Vows issue number 4. I think that's where we're at with that issue now. Issue number 4, and then I did also Invincible issue number 122. So fans, as always, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. And until the next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. And thanks for watching, fans. Take care. Bye.